In this module, you'll learn how to use ColorTouch software to manage inventory in Omnicell cabinets and remote locations. You'll find out how to perform a variety of tasks, such as complete normal and supplemental restocks, destock items, empty and audit return bin, manage inventory in patient-specific bins if applicable, modify inventory, and more. This course will take you approximately 30 minutes to complete. Access to items stocked in Omnicell cabinets is controlled by ColorTouch software. ColorTouch communicates with the central server, ensuring that appropriate restock information displays on Omnicell cabinets. You'll interact with cabinets using the ColorTouch screen. While there is a keyboard, there is often no need to use it because you can accomplish most tasks by interacting with the screen. There are many functions accessible to you from the login screen. You don't have to be logged on to access these functions. Let's start by changing the volume and screen brightness. Touch Change Volume or Brightness. Plus or minus volume and brightness buttons allow you to increase or decrease the cabinet speaker volume and the brightness of the screen. To return, touch Previous Screen or Exit. Touch About this Omni to view system information. To return, touch Previous Screen or Exit. The barcode item check functionality is used primarily by pharmacy. Here you can register a new scanner or check an item's safety stock barcode. We'll cover these items in the safety stock training. An online quick reference guide is available to help you perform common tasks. After logon, you can access the guide by pressing F1 on the keyboard. Once the guide opens, you may scroll through the help sections. If you're looking for an answer to a particular topic, use Search to find it. Let's talk about how to log on to an Omnicell cabinet. You can use your user ID and password, or a fingerprint. Initially, you'll be required to log on with your user ID. To do so, ask your system administrator to issue you a user ID. Then, attempt to access the ColorTouch system by typing in your user ID. The system will prompt you to enter a new password. Simply follow the on-screen prompts to create a new password. Your system administrator will add your user ID to the database so that you can begin using Omnicell cabinets. Enter your user ID and press Enter. You are prompted to enter a new password. Touch OK to confirm. Retype your password. Touch the Change Your Password button. When you are successfully logged in, your name displays at the bottom of the screen. When you are done, always touch Exit to log out. You can change your password in user menus, which you access by touching the User Menus button. Depending on the policies at your facility, you may be required to have a strong password. The use of strong passwords is set at the Omnicell server. If enabled, strong passwords must contain 3 of the following 4 elements: a lowercase letter, an uppercase letter, a number from 0 to 9, and a special character such as a number or $sign. Please note that if you forget your password, you'll need to contact your system administrator. Omnicell cannot help you recover your password or create a new one. Log in to the system. The patient list displays. Touch the Main Menu button. The main menu screen displays. Select User Menus. You may see various buttons depending on your user privileges. Touch the Change Your Password button. Enter your old password and press Enter. Enter your new password and press Enter. Retype your password. Touch the Change Your Password button. Your password has been changed. You can now log out. Let's have a closer look at logging in with your fingerprint. If you have never been enrolled, contact your designated fingerprint registrar to help you enroll your fingerprints. You can enroll two fingers, a primary and an alternate. You can use either finger to log on. You are not required to use both. You may need to re-enroll your fingerprint, for example, if you cut or burn a finger. You don't need a registrar to re-enroll your fingerprint. However, if you wish to re-enroll your fingerprint, you must access the cabinet with a fingerprint. Scan your fingerprint to log on. The patient list appears. Touch Main Menu. The main menu appears. Select User Menus. Touch Re-enroll your fingerprint. Note that this button is only available when you logged on with your fingerprint. Scan either your primary or alternate finger to verify your fingerprint. Touch Next. You can also select or change the finger as needed. Perform 2 scans to determine the best finger for your primary finger. The scan image will appear in this window. If both scans are accepted, you'll be automatically brought to the enrollment screen. You need to scan your fingerprint 4 times to re-enroll. When you scan your 4th fingerprint, you'll be taken to the completion screen. The Fingerprint Enrollment Complete screen informs you about your enrolled fingers. Touch Next. Follow the prompts to repeat the process for the alternate finger. Touch Finish. The Fingerprint Enrollment Complete screen informs you about your enrolled fingers. Touch Finish to complete the re-enrollment. Touch Exit to log out and test if you can log on with your new fingerprint. Most often, you'll restock items to cabinets and remote locations on a regular basis, daily, weekly, or as scheduled by your facility. You may also need to perform a supplemental restock to replenish individual items between scheduled restocks as needed. Upon logging in, the Inventory menu screen displays. You'll perform most of the inventory tasks from this screen. You may see various buttons depending on your user privileges. Some inventory transactions may require a witness. Keep in mind that you must have your witness present to enter their user ID and password. Otherwise, you will not be permitted to complete the transaction. Cycle counts help to verify if the count of items in the cabinet matches the count in the cabinet's database. You may be required to perform a cycle count at regular intervals as determined by your facility. You'll use normal restock to replenish items stocked in cabinets or remote locations on a regular basis. Most often, you'll follow a printed restock list displaying all critically low or out-of-stock items that need to be replenished to a cabinet. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to complete a normal restock of medications to the cabinet. Before you begin, have your printed restock list available, if applicable. Your restock list will be similar to this one. To begin, touch Normal Restock. Available restock lists display. Select the correct restock list. Wait for the restock list to load. Follow the guiding lights and open the first flashing bin. The restock quantity defaults to the requested restock amount. Adjust the restock amount if needed. You can also change the bin level if necessary. Restock the medication and close the bin lid when done. Open the next flashing bin. Restock the medication and close the bin lid when done. Continue the restock until it's complete. When done, the system will inform you that the restock is completed. Touch OK. Close the drawer. You'll return to the Restock List screen. You can select the next restock list or log out. This concludes the demonstration. Occasionally, you may need to restock items between scheduled restocks. These may be items that ran out of stock and are immediately needed by nursing. Let's take a closer look at completing a supplemental restock. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to complete a supplemental restock of an item located in the Omni dispenser. From the Inventory Menus tab, select Supplemental Restock. We need to restock lorazepam. Enter the quantity to restock. You can also use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the quantity. Touch OK. The restock quantity displays. Touch Restock Meds Now. Open the Omni dispenser. The system will prompt you to press the flashing bin button. Press the green button. If prompted, count the items prior to restocking. If correct, touch Yes. Close the door when done. You'll return to the Inventory menu screen. Then touch Exit to log out. This concludes the demonstration. Destock items from a cabinet if you need to return them to pharmacy or restock another cabinet. Remember, even if you completely destock a bin, the bin will remain assigned to that item. In this demonstration, we'll destock 2 items, one from the cabinet and one from a remote location. Begin by touching Destock. Next, you need to select all medications you want to destock. We'll destock acetaminophen codeine and sodium chloride. Select acetaminophen codeine from the list. Enter the quantity to destock. You can also use the plus and minus buttons to adjust the quantity. Touch OK. The destock quantity displays. Next, select sodium chloride. Type the first few letters to quickly search for it. Select sodium chloride from the list. Enter the quantity to destock. Touch OK. The destock quantity displays. You can touch Display Meds to Destock to see all meds you're destocking in one list. The 2 selected meds display. Touch Destock Meds Now. Follow the on-screen prompts to access and destock medications. Remove acetaminophen codeine. At this point, you can still decrease the destock quantity as needed by touching the minus button. Close the bin lid and drawer when done. Next, destock sodium chloride. Note that this medication is not located in the cabinet. For items in remote locations, touch Item Completed to complete the transaction. When done, you'll return to the Inventory menu screen. Touch Exit to log out. This concludes the demonstration. To empty an external return bin, you'll need a key to open the bin. Once open, you must complete the procedure and reconcile all items in the bin. You may need to audit a return bin to reconcile items found in the bin against items tracked in the system as returned. You need to have access to all items in the bin to complete the audit, and you may need a witness to complete this transaction. Keep in mind that wasted items placed in the return bin cannot be audited. In this demonstration, we'll learn how to clear and empty the return bin. Touch Clear Return Bin. At this point, you will unlock the return bin. Remember that once unlocked, you must reconcile all items in the bin. Unlock the return bin. If your facility enabled a return bin audit, you'll be required to audit all items requiring audit. Keep in mind that only items configured for auditing will display on this list. You may see more items in the bin than what is listed on the screen. If an item is displayed on the screen but is missing from the return bin, adjust the quantity to 0. Under means that the quantity is under what is expected. Over means that the quantity is over what is expected. If you find the item, you can adjust the quantity back to the correct number. The green check mark means that you have verified the item. You will see OK if the quantity found matches the quantity expected. Verify the next item. If you find an item that is not listed on the screen, touch Add Item. Find and select the item from the list. The item is added to the list with the quantity of 1, which is over what the system expects. Touch Accept List. If prompted, have your witness enter their user ID and password. Close the return bin when finished. You'll return to the Inventory menu screen. Continue with inventory tasks or touch Exit to log out. This concludes the demonstration. You should periodically check for expired items in the cabinet and remove them. Follow your facility policies to remove expired items. Let's look at removing and finding items in a little more detail. Occasionally, you may need to expire or recall an item. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to do so. To begin, touch Expired, Recalled. Next, touch Find by Date. Enter the expiration date. Touch Find Items Now. You will need to access 3 bins to remove all expired items found in the search. Touch Remove Now. Follow the guiding lights and open the first flashing location. Enter the number of items to expire or recall. Note that some items in the bin may have different expiration dates and don't need to be removed. Remove the expired items and continue to the next item. Enter the number of items to expire or recall. Remove the expired items and continue to the next item. Continue until you remove all expired items. If prompted, enter the number of items in the bin prior to removal. Type in the number of items to expire. Remove the expired items and close the lid when done. Close the drawer. When done, you'll return to the Expirations Recalls screen. You can touch the Inventory Menus button to select other inventory tasks as needed. This concludes the demonstration. You can also expire or recall items as needed. To do so, you can either select the item you need to expire on the screen, or access the item's bin and then expire the item. Occasionally, you may need to expire or recall an item. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to do so. To begin, touch Expired, Recalled. If you know the exact location of the item you wish to expire, select the bin. If you don't know the location, touch Find Item. Find the item in the list. We need to expire insulin. Select the item. This item is located in the refrigerator. Touch Select Bin. Enter the number of units to expire. Touch OK. Insulin is a remote item. Therefore, the Remote Item Selection screen appears. Touch Inventory Menus to return. At this point, you would either select the next item you want to expire or return to the Inventory Menu screen. We'll return to Inventory Menus. This concludes the demonstration. Use the Assign Item function for items that have not yet been assigned to the cabinet. Occasionally, you may need to assign an item to another location. You can either assign an additional location for the same item, or reassign an existing item to the new location and delete the current location. Keep in mind that some items cannot be assigned to additional locations and/or reassigned to a different location. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to assign an item to a bin and then to an additional location. To begin, touch Modify Bin. Press the Drawer button and open the drawer. Notice that as you open the drawer, additional buttons appear. Touch Flash Unassigned. Open one of the flashing bins. The bin is empty and available to be assigned. Touch Assign Item. You can touch Unassigned Items to see only items that have not yet been assigned. We need to assign morphine 6 mg 1 ml syringe. Search for the item. Enter the number of items you're placing into the bin. Touch OK to confirm. The system informs you that the item is assigned to the designated location. Close the bin and continue the previous steps until all desired items have been assigned. We selected another empty bin to assign additional location to morphine 6 mg 1 ml syringe. Touch Assign Item. Search for morphine 6 mg 1 ml syringe. Notice that the item is already assigned to a bin. Select it. The system will inform you that the item is already assigned. You can either reassign the item to the new location and delete the current location, or keep the current location and assign an additional one to the same item. We'll assign additional location. Enter the number of items you're placing into the bin. Touch OK to confirm. The second location is assigned. Close the bin and drawer. You'll return to the Modify Bin screen. This concludes the demonstration. If you need to replace an existing item with another item, use the Replace Item function. Let's take a closer look at replacing items. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to replace an item. To begin, touch Modify Bin. Press the Drawer button and open the drawer. Either select the bin you want to modify or find the item in the list of items. We selected the bin. Now you can touch Replace Item. The system warns you that there is an active med order for this item. If you're sure that you want to replace the item, touch Unassign anyway. If prompted for countback, count the items in the bin prior to replacing them. If correct, touch Yes. Next, select a replacement item from the list. Enter the quantity to add to this location. Touch OK to confirm. The replacement item is now assigned to the designated location. Close the bin and drawer when done. This concludes the demonstration. If you no longer want an item to be assigned to a location, simply delete the item. Note that some items are standard stock and cannot be deleted or unassigned. For example, emergency medications, such as naloxone injectable, must be available at the cabinet at all times. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to unassign an item. To begin, touch Modify Bin. Press the Drawer button and open the drawer. Either select the bin with the item you want to delete, or find the item in the list of items. We selected the bin. Touch Delete Item. If prompted for countback, count the items in the bin prior to deleting them. If correct, touch Yes. The item is deleted immediately, and the bin is now empty. Make sure that you remove all items from the bin. Close the bin and drawer when done. This concludes the demonstration. An easy way to clear the entire drawer is to unassign all bins in a drawer. If prompted, complete countback before you unassign all bins. Keep in mind that some standard stock items cannot be deleted or unassigned.
Let's watch a demonstration. In this demonstration, we'll unassign all bins in a drawer. To begin, touch Modify Bin. Press the drawer button and open the drawer. Notice that as you open the drawer, additional buttons appear. Touch Unassign All Bins in Drawer. The system will ask you if you really want to unassign all bins. If so, touch Unassign anyway. The system informs you about the number of unassigned bins. When done, you'll return to the Modify Bin screen. This concludes the demonstration.
If necessary, you may need to manually adjust the quantity of an item in the bin. To do so, set the bin level accordingly. Keep in mind that this function is configurable and may not be enabled for all items.
Let's watch a demonstration. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to set a bin level. To begin, touch Modify Bin. Open a drawer. Select the bin you want to modify. Touch Set Bin Level. Enter the adjusted bin level. Touch OK. The adjusted quantity displays. You can select the next bin and set the quantity as needed. Note that the ability to set the bin level is configurable and may not be available for all items. When done, touch Exit to log out. This concludes the demonstration.
It's very important to know what to do when discrepancies are created in the system. The Color Touch system considers a discrepancy to be the difference between the expected amount of an item stocked in the cabinet and the actual amount. When an item is accessed and the quantity in the bin differs from what the system expects it to be, then a discrepancy is created. This could be triggered during issue, return, or a cycle count. If discrepancies exist on the cabinet, the Resolve Discrepancy button remains highlighted even when no one is logged onto the system. Note that when attempting to resolve a discrepancy, a cycle count may be needed, which in turn may create another discrepancy.
Let's see how this is done. In this demonstration, you'll learn how to resolve discrepancies. When there are unresolved discrepancies, the Resolve Discrep button is highlighted. You can touch the button to see how many discrepancies need to be resolved. We have 2 discrepancies that need to be resolved. Touch OK. Log in to the system. The patient list appears. Touch the Main Menu button. On the Main Menu screen, select the Resolve Discrep button. Select Control Level 2 through 5. Touch the Resolve Discrep button. The Discrepancy Resolution screen appears. The discrepancy was created because the expected medication quantity in the bin was different from the quantity found. Enter the resolution reason or select one from the list. Select a reason. The selected reason displays. You can either select Next Discrep or touch the Resolve Discrep button. Touch OK to confirm the discrepancy resolution. For narcotic transactions, a witness is required for all discrepancy resolutions. Have your witness enter their credentials. Touch OK. Resolve the next discrepancy. You can also print a discrepancy receipt as needed. Touch Resolve Discrep. Have your witness enter their credentials. Touch OK. The system informs you that there are no more discrepancies. Touch OK. Touch Exit when done. Notice that the Resolve Discrep button is no longer highlighted, and the cabinet is now free from all discrepancies.
This concludes the demonstration. You have the option to view and print certain reports. Inventory reports are primarily used to find details about the cabinet's inventory. The system can retain data for up to 7 days, and most cabinets are set for 3 to 4 days.
Thank you for viewing this course. More training is available on myomnicell.com.